Similarly, I think any story or any given thing, different filmmakers are going to treat it differently, and their sensibilities will be different, and their way of wanting to capture will be different. Their taste in music will be different. So the idea is to make them discover a filmmaker in themselves rather than trying to push a filmmaker into them. No. Any of the great filmmakers, when you're inspired or impressed or whatever one thinks, the bottom line is.
Sir, mic is
Sir,
mic.
local
pen button, sir. Local pen button, sir. Local pen button.
Yeah. Okay. So the thing is, you can be influenced, but you can also be impressed by a very unknown director, not necessarily what the institutes have determined as these are great directors. These are because they got awards or they got something. You can be inspired from a short film who nobody knows who made it. You know? So you are taking in things from whatever influenced you and impressed you, and you are trying to assimilate and absorb that. So Unschool will develop a process of doing it and systemize it, like what she said, systemize and channelize a very radical and a very anarchic kind of thinking, without having any rules and any kind of a disciplinary functions, for example, So because of my reputation, if I am starting a school, because I am first of all a rowdy, someone called me a celluloid terrorist. It's true, I don't know, it's true. But I hope and I intend through the Unschool to make, very, very individualistic. When a lot of people say, only after RGV came, assistant directors started sitting with them. And they called me Gucci, They develop an attitude and, arrogance and all that, No, because I am attracting people who have an individual attitude. I hate that very slave-like culture which normally people have, So again coming back to this, when there are so many institutes, why start another institute if anyone asks that question? Precisely, I think the very title of the institute and also the 4 lines which is written in terms of professing its objectives itself will tell this is going to be unlike anything anyone has seen or experienced, and in terms of content generation or whatever it is, I think it will have methods which have never been heard of before. All those details will be given in about 20 days in a website which will be put up at a certain time, and how the process will start and where it will be, and all those details will come at a later stage. But this press meet is primarily intended for people to know about the idea, and we are inviting people to apply on what kind of a criteria we require for people to apply, and what will be the selection process based on what needs to be. So we are trying to gather those applicants so that we zero in on who in a sensibility, who in a psychological pattern, whatever the Unschool is looking for, we want to choose the students who we want to be a part of the Unschool based on a certain examination, and that is what the principal idea of this particular press meet is. So, any questions?
Many crafts, chala crafts.
Yeah.
Yes.